Hello sisters, welcome back to my channel. I miss you guys. I know I haven't uploaded a video in a while now. I just needed a break from content creation, so that's why we went on a little trip. And this trip, I actually booked it way back in September for my husband's birthday. It's kind of like a little surprise for him in January. How can we not have my husband over here? Miles, come here. Sisters, let's try it.
What? Little backstory. It was Christmas Eve and we were giving each other gifts. I opened my gift and there was a piece of paper inside and I was wondering what it was.
It was like a love note.
Yeah.
That's
a love
what you
note.
think.
And I looked at it and it was an itinerary and I thought, oh man, are we going somewhere hot? I read it and I'm like, Montreal. I guess that's kind of cool.
You were disappointed at first. You're like, oh, is it Cuba? Oh, Montreal.
So we're going to Montreal.
Somewhere even colder, not hotter.
We haven't been on a plane in so long that even going to Montreal is still a big deal.
Like at least 3 years.
Yeah, and we're pretty well traveled. Like we've gone everywhere. And then COVID happened and then we stopped traveling and now I am excited to go to Montreal.
Even if it's just a 1 hour flight.
Anyways, we took Airflare, which is there's a couple YouTube videos out there where they talk about how terrible this airline is.
It was actually okay.
Yeah.
Our flight was like 7 a.m. I think coming from the airport to the Airbnb, and this Airbnb is amazing. It's located very close to downtown, like maybe 10 minutes drive to downtown. And when we walk in, super nice open concept, the living area, and then there's like the kitchen area, just very open. There's actually 4 bedrooms and each bedrooms have their own bathroom, which I really like.
That made it very convenient. We don't have to share bathrooms with any of the other couples.
Yeah, I think that's like the key thing about this.
Now the bad part about having the washrooms all in bedrooms is that when we had friends over, we had some local friends from Montreal who came over one of the nights and they actually had to go into our bedroom first.
Good point.
See our mess on the bed and then go and use the washroom.
The Airbnb was super clean and it's like located right across from downtown, like maybe 10 minutes drive from downtown. The intersections that were located is in Saint Denis and also in Rue Roy East. I don't know how to say the names, the street names.
When we were in Montreal, a cabbie actually corrected the way we pronounce Saint Denis. That's not how you pronounce it. It is pronounced Saint Denis. Very nice intersection with a lot of cool restaurants and cafes around the area.
Yeah, very close to all the restaurants and a lot of different things to see. They even have like close by vintage shops you can shop around in. Actually, I like where we stayed at. It's not like at the heart of downtown where it's like super busy. So we sort of get to see some of the locals, how they live, how their culture is there. And if we do want to check out downtown, it's not far away from there too. So like we said, we had our flight at 7 a.m. and we arrived at around 9. When we went to the Airbnb, it's already 10ish. And at that point, we were starving because we didn't have any food in our system. So we took a look around and we saw this like high-rated breakfast spot. It's called L'Avenue. And to our surprise, even some of our friends were saying like, yes, you went to the right place because L'Avenue is the place to go for brunch.
Why do you have to gun the camera?
Brunch. If you're looking for it, brunch. Just going over there, it's only like 10 minutes walk.
About 10 minutes, yeah. On the way there, we saw really cool architecture. The houses look very different.
Oh, I love their houses there. I love how they kept like their shape, and then instead of like changing or demolishing the whole house, they kept most of the structure, but maybe they put in like a modern looking door or like windows.
And you can tell from the inside that it's all done up.
It's all modern.
The interior is completely renovated, but the outside they kept it true to, I guess, Montreal culture.
Yeah.
And every single slot was slightly different.
Yeah.
Finally, we get to L'Avenue and...
Actually, the first thing that we saw was some...
Oh, the sloot.
Remember?
L'Avenue had a sex doll right at the front, right by the glass.
Yes.
And
to greet you.
We didn't even know that we were at L'Avenue yet. We just saw the sex doll and
I was like, oh, we
let's
thought
go
it was
in.
a sex toy.
So we jokingly went in, and then we just suddenly
Smell breakfast.
We were seated right under a Kawasaki Ninja.
That was so cool. At the same time, I was scared for my life.
Yeah, that was a full Kawasaki Ninja right above us, and we're having breakfast right under it.
I'm like, what if it like falls at any moment? This is the last meal I'm gonna enjoy.
Yeah.
Which is not the bad part, because it is very, very good. So we had like a big breakfast. It has like what? Like hash brown, like double egg, toast, potatoes, everything that you can think of.
When you're traveling as a couple going to wherever you want to go, it's really good to share meals so that you can try more things, more different things at many different restaurants.
Yeah, it's like a taster, right? A taster of everything. And I really liked it, L'Avenue. Since it was our first day there, we figured that we need to stock up on booze. So we went to the supermarkets there, La Marche.
Booze!
So we stocked up on booze, we stocked up on snacks.
So that day that we were in Montreal was in fact my actual birthday where I turned 30. And
yeah, right. You're younger than me.
Yeah. So I turned 30. In order to celebrate my birthday, they asked me to choose a restaurant from like this list of fancy restaurants. And I chose Nikkei because I kind of felt like Japanese food at the time.
I love that place. And just walking in, oh my gosh, this restaurant blew my mind because just the decor itself, it's so nice. It's kind of like a little bit of modern and also a little bit of rustic because you can see the brick walls behind, and then you see like really modern furniture and the lighting. There's string lights everywhere. It's beautiful. The ambience is beautiful.
Everything is pretty IG worthy.
Oh yeah, definitely IG worthy. We had really awesome drinks. So we each ordered our own little drink. What did you order?
I looked in the menu and I asked for the manliest drink. When the waitress came up to me and asked me what I wanted, I thought, you know, all of these people that were with us are ordering these really cute drinks with nice,
fruity drinks,
nice colors and straws.
Cocktails.
And when it finally came, it was in fact the most manliest thing I've ever seen.
The presentation was amazing because just looking at the drink when she handed it to you, it's like, oh, that's nothing. But she had to do something, so
she
it's like
torched the top of the drink. Now the entire drink had a smell of oak, and the bottom was it was a whiskey, and there was just a lot of scents going on at the same time. When she started burning it, it was sweet and smoky, and it made me feel manly.
My favorite part about your drink is they have a huge block of ice, and on top of the block of ice was a piece of chocolate, like a dark chocolate. That also, I guess, tied in the flavor. It was really
That was
tasty.
probably where the sweetness came from.
Yeah.
The food was not bad. The portions were kind of small.
It was small, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, the flavor was definitely there. I enjoyed the spiciness of the Peruvian influence.
Yes. That's a place that I would recommend if you're looking for a fancier, higher budget kind of restaurant. It's definitely a good choice.
Especially if you go to McDonald's after. Because you won't be full at this restaurant. There was an incident that happened at the restaurant though.
Oh my gosh, your nephew's wife, she's hilarious because her name is Sydney. I'm sure you've heard of Sydney because I did like a review back then for Sydney Rose Jewelry. If you haven't checked it out, we are gonna plug it in right. Wait, here.
I think it's there.
Oh, there.
Yeah, there.
Here, check it out. Back to the story, Sydney, she had a great time eating her food, but near the end, she had a dish and she was just chewing on something. It was very chewy. I don't know if it tastes good or anything, but she said it was really chewy, and by the time she spat it out, it was a clean rubber band because she probably chewed the crap out of it already.
First of all, they took the meal off of her bill.
Yes.
And
so
then
that
they brought,
meal was, that dish was free.
Then they brought an actual, like a replacement dish.
Yes.
And then they got shots. They knew it was my birthday. They brought birthday shots for the entire table.
And there were 10 of us. There were 10 of us, so 10 shots.
10 shots. And the waitress also had a shot with us.
Which was really cool.
After Nikkei, we went back home, still hungry because whenever you go to fancy restaurants like this, you always have to fill up on something cheap. Tacos Tin Tan.
Tin Tan, yes.
Yeah.
Tin
We
Tan.
looked across the street and we saw there was lots of people going into this restaurant, and that told me that this place is probably legit. Anyways, we ordered like lots of tacos and quesadillas.
Quesadillas.
The quesadillas
Oh,
were
the
really good.
quesadillas were
Yeah.
amazing. Now coming to Montreal, one of my first mission is to have Schwartz. Is to have smoked meat.
We were able to go there when there was absolutely no lineup, which is at 10:30 in the morning
On a weekday.
on a weekday.
Yeah, so when we walked in, there was only like one table
Mm-hmm.
that was occupied. So that was nice. So we get to see all the nice decor on Schwartz, like the history behind it. We ordered smoked meat and we also, a smoked meat sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
We also ordered the smoked meat poutine. That was also very good.
Any of you guys go to Schwartz in Montreal, make sure you ask for medium fatty because you can't have it any other way.
Oh, that medium fatty, it just melts in your mouth. Oh, that was like my first time having fresh smoked meat in Montreal. And that was like, oh, I'm even drooling just talking about it because it's so good.
It's true. After Schwartz, we walked back to the Airbnb and we saw this cafe.
It's called Le Club.
Le Club.
That's a very interesting name for a cafe. Le Club. I actually legit thought it was a bar.
I thought it was a club because Le Club means the club, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it was a club, you know, and there was this big guy just sitting right in front of it, so we thought he was the bouncer.
The bouncer.
But then,
Like bright and early at 11 a.m.
so we decided to go in, and it was in fact a cafe.
Yeah, a very good cafe indeed.
Yeah. We decided to head over to our next food target, which was Neotokyo.
We made reservations, so if you do want to come to this place, make reservations because it gets packed. This place gets packed as soon as it opens.
We made our reservations, and it was amazing.
It was amazing. The interior, holy crap, it's like futuristic.
Total Recall, there's Blade Runner.
A Blade Runner.
There's Shadowrun, there's Cyberpunk.
Oh, Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
That washroom reminds me of Cyberpunk so much with the red lighting.
Yeah.
That was so cool. You know what? The ramen is so good. It's not salty or anything, but it's like flavorful. Like super, super yummy. The broth itself, it's super yummy.
The drinks were kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Like cyberpunk themed drinks.
Yeah, and it was huge.
Yeah.
I couldn't even finish it. I was like, no, Miles, you have to finish mine. That was a lot. I enjoyed that place. That was a good choice.
It's a good pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next day, we went for another brunch place. What's it called again? Bistro
Tout au tard.
Tout au tard. And holy crap, this place, their portions is like the total opposite of Nikkei. Nikkei, it's like little portions, but freaking Bistro has like,
The largest portions, cheap prices.
we should have shared it. I don't know why we didn't share
I don't know why we didn't share. After there, we headed over to the Biodome, which is the most touristy thing you can do in Montreal, but it was fun.
It was fun. It's like a little zoo, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
zoo, you get to experience their own climate.
Yeah.
So if you have like those rainforest animals, we saw like crocodiles, real crocodiles, real lemurs, monkeys, anything that lives in like a rainforest, very humid climate. We actually felt it because it was very, very humid. So we had to take off, we had to strip, we had to take off our jackets.
And of course, in the Arctic Biodome, it was very
Yes.
cold. It was like a freezer in there.
That was so cute though. You get to see all those different kind of penguins.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't
penguins
even
are
know
really
that
cool.
there's so many
Little
different
ducks.
species. My favorite part is the aquarium. So all sea creatures, big fish. I'm not sure what they're called specifically, but they have, my favorite part are probably the ducks. The ducks just like dives down, like gets some food and then dives back up. And then they're like swimming with their little legs, you see them? But the aquarium is so nice. It's like 180. It's like a panoramic view. After the Biodome, we got really, really thirsty. So we went to a bubble tea joint. But once you step inside this bubble tea place,
It's like you're in a
crap.
painting.
You're in a painting or like a comic book.
Comic book.
Yeah, you see all those like definitive linings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's been being drawn. Like the piano itself, it's drawn on. The seating, the tables, it's all drawn on.
The tea kettle.
Yeah. I wanted to draw myself onto the wall.
And it's funny because when you're in there, it's almost like an empty canvas, and we are the subjects.
Yes, that's
because
right.
we're the only things that are in color.
Yes.
And our bubble teas.
It's all black and white, yeah. That was really cool. It's really cool interior.
Next day, we went to Chinatown. Because you always have to hit up a Chinatown in every place you go.
Yeah.
You just do, you know?
Yep, it's in the heart of downtown Montreal. And you know what? The aesthetics of it, it's actually pretty nice. They have like statues or like temple looking, like for the entrance of Chinatown. This cool noodle place called Nouilles Lanzhou Noodle Place. And it was yummy.
It was really good, very tasty.
That restaurant was cool too. It's like there's 2 different floors. On the ground floor, it's the noodle shop, and underneath it, it's actually their supermarket.
Which we went to go check out. This mall looked really nice.
On the, oh my gosh, the center, there's like a huge fountain, and the fountain, it shoots up the water like so high. Like it looks like it's like a piece of art.
What was really cool too is there was plenty of seating just everywhere.
Just to face the fountain itself.
Yeah, just to enjoy the ambiance of it. And that's exactly what we did. We sat down, we looked around, and we were in awe for a good half an hour because we were just killing time before our next place.
The Aura Light Show, and it's located inside Basillica. And oh my gosh, this show lasted for around like almost half an hour, and it's so worth it. Every single minute, every single second of the show, it was amazing.
I wish we could have recorded it.
I actually recorded a little bit. They told us like there's no, like recording is prohibited, no cameras, no videotaping. And then I just recorded just a little bit, just a little clip. And then I saw like, I think like 1 or 2 people getting kicked out.
Yeah, 2 people got kicked out.
2 people got kicked out. And I was like, okay, never mind.
I really liked it. I think it was the highlight of my entire trip in Montreal.
Same here.
I've never seen anything like it. They told a story through those lights.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not even, you don't even have to be religious or anything to enjoy this show.
Yeah,
I know it's
agree.
inside a church, but it was fantastic.
After the Notre Dame Basilica, we had some dinner, and this is our final dinner together. And we went back to Eaton Center, the Time Out Marketplace. It was like a very nice, very upscale food court. So the good thing about this Time Out Marketplace, it has like all the different kind of cultures of food, like different kind of ethnic foods you can find there. They're like blasting music from the bar. Yeah. It was an open bar at the side, at the corner there, and in the middle, that was so cool.
Yeah.
There was an arcade there. And if kids want to enjoy there and then adults want to go to the bar, that's a really cool concept. We had Japanese, we had the salmon poke. Salmon poke in one store, and then we went to another store.
Vietnamese.
It was like Vietnamese.
The banh mi baos.
Yeah, banh mi baos. With the crunchy chicken.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was surprisingly very good.
I actually like the banh mi baos more than the poke. Yeah, and that was our trip.
I enjoyed my time in Montreal, and
it was really fun. I was glad to just be on a plane again, and thank you for your birthday gift.
You're welcome. Yeah. Happy birthday again.
I only turned 32 once.
I don't know what to do with him. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great first impression with Montreal. I definitely want to go back in the summertime. Want to have like a different kind of perspective when it's warmer.
So when are you gonna get back to your Sister Tries It videos?
Oh, it'll be soon. And then like I was saying before, I've been working on my side project. So once we're ready to go, we're gonna announce it and surprise you guys.
All right, well, I'm done over here.
I'm done over here too. So we'll see you next time. Bye, sisters.
The way my hands feel on your body, the way we're dancing in the dark. With every move I make, you're falling. The way my lips feel
surprise my not fiance, it's husband now.